Yo, it's your boy, one and only Grizzly. I'm coming back with a gameplay on Hard Hat Domination. I'm using the P-Nazi. It's silenced. I guess me, Reaper, and a few Mailman, and a few other friends jumped into a game. I believe we might have been playing Team Tac. Yeah, we was playing Team Tac. One of my buddies, Beastly, was on the other team. We was just in here, and I can definitely say this was the one game that I was playing more objectively than anything, and I was using the assault kill streaks. Well, I was using the assault strike package. From what I could tell, as of right now, I'm not a big fan of the assault strike packages. That's just me. I prefer the support or the specialist. But hey, whatever, it's a game. I can definitely tell this game is so much more fast-paced. It's extremely fast-paced now. But this commentary is basically just a little thing. I just want to do a commentary. Haven't done one in a couple days, so I figured I'd do one. And want to get a few things off the chest real quick. If you guys see an ad on any of my videos that are full commentaries and not music, if they have music on them, then they won't have an ad. But if they're full commentaries, they will have an ad. I signed up for the revenue thing, so maybe I can make some money off this. Whatever money I do make off YouTube will go back to YouTube. So that's basically how it's gonna go. That's just the way I want to, I guess I'm going to do it. All money will go back to YouTube and my subscribers to purchase the HD PVR, HDTV, all that goody good shit. But, alright, enough with that. Now let's get into what I was going to talk about. So, as a lot of my subscribers know, maybe some of you guys that don't know, but a lot of my subscribers know, about 2 months ago, two and a half months ago, I was in a car accident. I believe that night I did a commentary on it. Basically just go through my videos and see if you can't find it. But I was in a car accident, so that was a big, thing. So I basically wanted to go through and tell everyone what happened and what I'm going through now with the car accident and everything. So let's start the day off how, let's start it off where I was coming from, where I went, whatnot. I was at my house in my driveway working on my car. I had just put an air filter on my car. I changed my spark plugs because they was fouling out on me. And I started my car up to hear how it was running, and I heard a tick. It was ticking, so that means the valves are chattering, and when the valves chatter, anyone that knows anything about cars knows when your valves chatter, it's saying, hey, I'm thirsty, give me some fucking oil, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, alright, well, I called my brother up because he's a mechanic, and I'm like, when you coming home, you need to work on my car a little bit. He told me, he's like, I'll be home in like 5 minutes. Well, I sat in the driveway for about 45 minutes because my brother's perspective on time is retarded. But I sat in the driveway for about 45 minutes, and I'm like, you know what? I gotta go get oil. So I took a drive down to my friendly old, AutoZone. So I'm like, okay, I'll get some oil. Put oil in my car. So I went to AutoZone, bought oil. I spent in that day on my car. I spent probably $100. Buying spark plugs, buying, air filter, buying, oil. Spent like $100. So I'm like, okay. Put the oil in, starting to run. It was starting to run real nice. Driving home, and as I went to AutoZone, there's a motorcycle accident. A car hit a motorcycle, or a motorcycle hit a car. I didn't know. I didn't pay attention. Basically the smart thing I did was didn't pay attention. So on my way home, it was still there, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm driving home, and I see it, and the light turns yellow. I'm like, oh, I'm going to get through this light. So I'm looking over at the car the accident, and I'm like, I'm not even paying attention what's in front of me, and that's probably the worst thing you can do, and I'm probably gonna get some, hate on that and everything. But I wasn't paying attention, and as soon as I turned around to look at what was going on in front of me, there was 3 cars stopped, and I had about, say, 20 feet, 20 to 30 feet to stop, and I was doing about 25 miles an hour. My first instinct was to lock my arms in place, lock up the brakes, and I'm driving a manual car, so I had to push the clutch in too, which I probably shouldn't have pushed the clutch in. I should have probably pushed the clutch in and slammed it in first gear. I'd rather have gone, went into the junkyard and found a transmission for, 30, 40 to $100 than, having to deal with what I'm dealing with now. But I rear-ended the car, and from the damage that I caused to her car, it wasn't like tremendously bad. What happened was I went under the car, her vehicle, went under her rear end and caved up her spare tire hole where her spare tire sits. I caved that in and put a few scratches on her bumper. So what happened was I drove under her car, which lifted her up, and thank God that she didn't actually, go forward into the other cars, because then that would have been more damage to more money on my part, which I don't want to spend. But she basically, she said she didn't even move. She just lifted up. Her rear end lifted up. So in the process of that happening, my first instinct was like, oh shit, I'm done. I'm done here. I'm going to jail, because I knew I had no license. I knew I had no insurance, and the car wasn't in my name. The car was actually currently my brother's, and it still is my brother's. But my first instinct was like, oh fuck, because there's already cops there. There's no way I can get out of the car and tell this lady, hey, don't call your insurance company, don't call the cops, I can get this fixed. The cops are already there, so I was already screwed over as it is. So I moved my car farther to the curb. My front bumper was already destroyed. It was a fiberglass aftermarket front bumper, and I already destroyed it. So I ran it over, shattered both my headlights, caved my hood in. My core support's broken. I broke my power steering pump. My radiator is gone. And I basically did everything that in the accident, damage-wise, was to my car. She had a few scratches on her bumper, and didn't cave in. But so I went to court. I had to get a public defender, and got the public defender. And my public defender is a monster. He basically told me, he said, if you can pay off her $500 deductible, which that's all she wants. She wants her $500 deductible, and that's it. Then you get your license. The court system will drop all charges, which is rearing in a car, driving under FRA suspension, and driving under suspension. They'll drop all them charges, and you can go scot-free. Needless to say, I got my license back and whatnot, but I still have to pay her insurance company $2,200 plus the $500 deductible. So this YouTube thing, if I do make money off of it, it will go to YouTube, but that saves me in the long run having to not buy other things, spending my other money that I should be spending on that for this. So if you guys could like up the video, get me out there, get me known. I know I'm running a dazzle, but give me some breaks. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Basically, all I can say, I believe I went 32-12 in this match. Thank you guys, and hopefully Arrow 90 gets my intro for me. That'll be badass. I would definitely be putting that up here, and he will for sure get a link in the description about that. Go check him out, guys. Peace.